Good evening, everyone. You're very welcome to Oak Park, Carlow. This is Jim Casey broadcasting pitch side here in Carlow for the Towns Cup semi-final. Second semi-final today, Naas against Tullow. So just a couple of minutes here, maybe 3-4 minutes before kickoff here at 7 p.m. And just to announce both teams, starting with the Naas team. In the front row for Naas today, Callum Coyne, Tig Dooley, Patrick Brophy. In the second row, Killian Dempsey, Paddy McMahon. In the back row, Conor McRory, Jack Rogers, Owen Walsh. And the Naas backline starting with scrum half, Cormac King, out half, Ethan Travers. Derry Lenihan on the wing and captain at number 11, Tom Bohan in the centre with David Butler. And on the other wing, David O'Sullivan at 14 and Peter Osborne in the full back. And the Naas replacements, Patrick Stapleton, Fintan O'Malley, Jason Cutler, Murish Cleary at 19, Ryan Casey at 20, Andy Carroll 21, Sam Dunn 22. The Tullow team starting with their front row, Scott Colbeck, Corey Hughes, Tom Cashin. In the second row, Martin Cole, Joe Waters. Back row, Tom Hughes, Fiach O'Byrne, Ezra Vai. The Tullow backline starting scrum half, Cian Leonard, Peter Burgess at out half, Adam Johnson at 11, Ryan Curran and Jack Hanlon in the centre. On the other wing, Shane Duffy at 14, fullback Dara Cosgrave. On the bench for Tullow today, Brian Keogh, Daniel Culleton, Paul Canavan, Colin Gorry, James O'Brien, Ryan O'Neill and Stephen Smith. So both teams just taking the field here at Oak Park and kick off in the next 1 to 2 minutes. And just a brief rundown on the lead-in to the semi-final here. Quarter-finals played last weekend, Naas against Dundalk. Naas winning by a margin of 19-7 and Tullow defeating Carlow by a margin of 12-6 in the quarter-finals. So just about to get underway, and just to mention the referee today, Mark Hines. And Mark Hines just getting play underway with a strong breeze blowing from the clubhouse side right to left. Naas kicking off with the wind advantage now in the first half. Ethan Travers for Naas just about to get things underway. And we're off here into the Tullow 22, gathered by Tullow and kicked up to the Tullow 10 metres, gathered by Naas fullback Peter Osborne, combining now with Ethan Travers. Brought to ground now on the Tullow 10-metre line, centre of field. Into contact, Naas go. That's the Naas front row, Patrick Brophy taking it to ground. Naas referee blows for a penalty for Naas. Looks like a high offside penalty for Naas now on the Tullow 10-metre line, about 20 metres in from the Naas right side touchline, and Naas electing to go for goal here. Peter Osborne shaping up for a kick at goal. Strong wind at his back here, blowing straight downfield. Peter Osborne shaping up now for a long-range 44-metre penalty kick. He launches it high and looks to be drifting wide, just left of post there. So Tullow with the 22 drop out, and it comes to the halfway line, gathered by Naas. Naas 13, that's that's David Butler, just taking it into Tullow territory, but the ball now moved wide for Naas, and that's a knock on by Naas, and that'll be a scrum down just about on the halfway line now. So the first scrum of the game getting packed down now, just about 2 meters into Naas territory, centre of field. Mark Hines set that scrum. Tullow, Cian Leonard feeds the scrum. Tullow pick off the back and attack to the right flank now, up to the 10-metre Naas line. Still with Tullow at the ruck. Referee signals handout for advantage to Tullow. Still with Tullow, pass to the right side now. Tullow playing under advantage, and they just kick ahead to the Naas 10-metre line. But referee calls play back. Looks like a penalty for Tullow on the Naas 10-metre line. That's about 10 metres in from the clubhouse side touchline. Offside against Naas. Tullow out half. Peter Burgess strikes the ball up to the right touchline and finds touch just about on the Naas 22. Tullow hooker Corey Hughes feeds that line out, but referee blows it up, not straight, and that's going to be a scrum down to Naas on the 22. Both packs packed down now. Referee sets that scrum. Scrum is engaged and blown up again. Scrum is set. Cormac King for Naas feeds this scrum, but Naas are driven back. Naas get it out, and at the ruck now, Cormac King looks to move that ball back, and Ethan Travers boots that ball, long range kick down the left touch line to find touch just close to the halfway line, just on the halfway line. So that's a Tullow line out now on the clubhouse side. Corey Hughes to feed the Tullow line out. In it goes to the front of the line out, gathered by Tullow. Tullow take it to ground now, about 2 meters into Naas territory. They move it back to the halfway line, still with Tullow at the breakdown. Tullow move it infield. Small 5 meter break by Tullow, and the play comes back to the halfway line. Tullow move it out wide to the left side. Big tackle by Naas winger on the left side. That's David O'Sullivan. Still with Tullow, however. Referee blows a penalty for Tullow. High tackle against Naas. about 5 metres into Tullow territory. Peter Burgess for Tullow now will look to find touch up the left touch line, and he finds touch just roughly on the 10-metre Naas line. Corey Hughes for Tullow to feed this line out. In it goes to the front, gathered by Tullow. Tullow move it infield to their centre. And that looks like a knock-on against Tullow. Naas now with advantage. At the ruck now, Naas, Cormac King moves it to the centre. Gathered by Naas and taken up to the gain line. That's the Naas centre. David Butler now. Naas still on their 10-metre line in the centre of field. Move the ball to the left side. Out it goes wide to the left. Up to the gain line on the 10 metre. Still Naas at the ruck. Naas now over the 10-metre line. Moving that ball swiftly to the right side. Tullow defending well. Naas making small territory up towards the halfway line. Referee blows it up, and that's a penalty to Tullow. Naas rolling forward on the ground there. Tullow penalty just about 5 metres into Naas territory, and they drive it up the right clubhouse side touch line, and they find touch just about 5 metres outside the 22. Corey Hughes again to feed the Tullow line out. In it goes straight to the front. Tullow gather and take it over into the Naas 22 now on the right flank. Tullow move it to the left side. Up they go into the Naas 22, up the centre with Tullow in possession now. At the ruck, move it to the right flank. Spread the ball wide, but good tackling by Naas. Driven back to the gain line. Still on the 22, Tullow. Tacking forward now to the left side. Tullow drive 2 metres into Naas territory in the centre of field now. Picking and driving up the left side. That's Tullow prop Tom Cashin now in possession. Ball goes loose on the ground. Referee blows it up against Tullow for the knock-on, and that'll be a scrum down to Naas just about 5 metres inside the Naas 22 centre of field. So just about 9 minutes into the first half here, with the score 0-0. Just a short pause in play now. Touch judge speaking to the referee. Referee looking to get play underway here with a Naas scrum just inside their 22 centre of field. Scrum half for Naas. Cormac King looks to feed this scrum now. Scrum is set. Cormac feeds that scrum, picks it out and moves it into the centre, and it's driven down the field by Naas wing David O'Sullivan. Down it goes to the Naas 10-metre line. That's a penalty against Naas for a high tackle at the breakdown. That's a penalty to Tullow on the Naas 10-metre line. and they drive it up to the right side touchline, clubhouse side. So play now the line out, Corey Hughes to feed the Tullow line out on the Naas 22 clubhouse side. Goes to the front of the line out, gathered by Tullow. They look to set up a driving maul forward. Naas counter mauling, but Tullow making small yards forward. Maul goes down to ground. It's moved infield by Tullow. Tullow now take it up the centre, getting over the gain line. Still with Tullow. Tullow move it further to the centre and making small yards just in front of post now, about 10 metres out from the Naas try line. Tullow pick and drive to the left side. Still going forward, Tullow. And that's a try for Tullow. Tullow crashing over the Naas line in the 13th minute as the rain teams down here at Oak Park. And that's 5 points to nil now from that opening try for Tullow. Just about 10 metres left of post. Tullow out half, Peter Burgess shaping up for the conversion. Peter Burgess strikes, and that's a good conversion for Tullow to make the score 7-0. Naas restart now. Up to the Tullow 22. It's gathered by Tullow, but big tackle from Naas inside the Tullow 22 on the clubhouse side. Tullow now. Tullow look to take it out. Back for the kick now from the Tullow full-back, and he drives the ball up the right side touchline and finds touch. That's an excellent kick from Dara Cosgrove. Tullow full-back now, clearing his lines up to the Tullow 10-metre line. Naas now with the line out. Tig Dooley for Naas to feed the line out. In it goes, but the ball comes out on the Tullow side and it's knocked forward by Naas, and referee blows it up for a scrum to Tullow just on the Tullow 10-metre line on the clubhouse side. Scrum gets set. Cian Leonard to feed for Tullow. In it goes. Referee blows. Scrum is getting reset now. Scrum is set. Cian Leonard feeds that scrum for Tullow. Tullow drive forward, have Naas push back and win a penalty. Naas scrum driven back there. Peter Burgess for Tullow drives that ball up the right side touchline now and finds touch just on the Naas 10-metre line. Corey Hughes to feed that line out for Tullow. And it goes to the front again, and referee blows it up. Not straight. That's going to be a scrum down for Naas on their 10-metre line, clubhouse side. Referee getting both packs lined up now, and scrum is engaged. Cormac King feeds that scrum for Naas. Naas pick off the back and get it back to Cormac King. Ethan Travers now in the centre. Travers makes 5 yards up towards the halfway line. Naas centre now. David Butler takes it up for Naas. At the ruck now, Cormac King moves it to the right side. That ball goes loose, but gathered by Naas flanker Jack Rogers. Back to Ethan Travers, drives that ball. Long range kick from Ethan up to the left touchline. Finds an excellent touch now, just about halfway between the Tullow 10-metre and 22. Corey Hughes now for Tullow looks to feed that line out. In it goes to the back of the line out this time, comes back on the Tullow side, gathered by Tullow. It's taken to ground now, ball moved to the left side. Tullow take it up over the gain line, up the centre they come. Feed it back to their 22 and it's kicked high by the Tullow fullback, Dara Cosgrove, gathered by Naas. Naas now gathered halfway. Naas captain Derry Lenihan. Derry Lenihan though driven back in the contact. Naas at the breakdown now, at the ruck. Cormac King moves it to the right side. Killian Dempsey for Naas now. Cormac King for Naas. Ethan Travers kicks ahead. Up to the halfway. Ball goes loose, gathered by Naas. Moved out wide to the right side. Tom Bahan for Naas now. Feeds the Naas hooker, that's Tyg Dooley, but that ball going loose. And Naas, however, winning a penalty on the halfway. Not releasing in the contact there in the tackle. Tullow penalised. Naas will look to drive this ball up to the left touchline. Ethan Travers getting organised to kick to the left touchline. Strikes the ball on halfway and finds a good touch there about halfway between the 22 and 10-metre line for a Naas line out. Naas now with a platform. Difficult conditions for the line out with that strong breeze blowing from right to left from the clubhouse side. Tyg Dooley looks to feed the line out for Naas. In it goes to the centred line out, gathered by Naas, and Naas look to drive forward. Out from the maul they come. Tyg Dooley attacks up the right side, up the centre. Ball is moved to the centre now. Naas tackled and brought to ground just outside the Tullow 22. Naas still in possession now. Cormac King moves the ball to the left side to Ethan Travers. Ethan Travers attacks and moves the ball to the left side. That's taken up by the Naas centre there. That's David Butler. Naas deep now inside the Tullow 22. Still in possession at the ruck. Naas. Cormac King looking to move the ball inside to the right side. Jack Rogers now for Naas with a great carry into the centre, making yards. Naas now out in front of goal. Ethan Travers in possession now. Into contact goes, referee blows it up, and that looks like a penalty to Naas. Naas quick tap and go. Naas quick tap and go, and that's Cormac King for Naas. A quick tap goal penalty. Cormac King finding space in the Tullow defence, crashing over just under posts. And that's the opening try for Naas now, coming in just the 21st minute of play. And Naas will look to line up for their conversion kick to be taken by their fullback, Peter Osborne. A superb try there by quick thinking there from Cormac King for Naas, and Peter Osborne now getting ready to strike this conversion. Up it goes, and it looks straight up the middle from Peter Osborne. That's a fine conversion to level the scores at 7-all. All square, all level here at Oak Park after 23 minutes of play. Referee looks to get play underway now. Tullow to restart. Tullow out half. Peter Burgess now strikes the ball. Gathered by Tom Bahan for Naas. Tom Bahan breaks 2 tackles now. Gets the ball moved out to the left side. Naas now up on their 10-metre line. Attacking up the left side. Tullow defending well now and take it to ground just 5 metres into Naas territory. Cormac King looks to launch the high ball off the back of that ruck. In it goes deep into Tullow territory, gathered by the Tullow winger on the right side there. Tullow now pick and drive off the back of that ruck, just about 15 metres into their territory on the clubhouse side. Up they come now, up the centre. Tullow move it back deep, and it's kicked ahead by the Tullow centre, but gathered by Cormac King just outside his 10-metre line. Tom Bahan now with a strike up the right side, but that's gathered by the Tullow fullback. He attacks up the left side for Tullow. Naas tackle. Naas dive on it on the ground. That's a knock-on against Tullow. Naas advantage now. And referee blows it up. Tullow knocking on in contact there on their 10-metre line on the Naas right side of the field. Scrum down for Naas. Scrum is set up here now. Scrum is set. Cormac King feeds that scrum for Naas. Naas win a penalty at the scrum. Ethan Travers looked to drive this ball from the penalty up the right side touchline. He finds touch just inside the Tullow 22. Just about 5 metres inside the Tullow 22. On the right side of field, Naas right side. Ty Dooley now for Naas, looks to feed the line out. In it goes, but referee says not straight, and that's going to be a scrum down for Tullow. Scrum is set again. Tullow, scrum half, Cian Leonard feeds that scrum. Scrum drive, Tullow drive forward, but they pick out the back and they take it into contact in the centre now. Tullow at the ruck, look to move it to the right side and they take it up to the 22. Tullow scrum half, Cian Leonard now looks to move it in behind to his fullback. He ducks to the left and he strikes the ball long up to the right side. That's Dara Cosgrave with an excellent clearance kick just up to the Tullow 10-metre line. And that's going to be a line out for Naas. So Tig Dooley for Naas shaping up for the line out on the Tullow 10-metre line, clubhouse side. In it goes to the back of the line out, but gathered by Naas well. Ball comes out and moved to the centre. Tom Bohan now again in action for Naas, and it comes through Murish Cleary now in the centre. David O'Sullivan takes it up the middle. Cormac King moves it to the David Butler for Naas. He carries it 5 metres forward. Naas now still at the ruck. Move the ball to the left side. Cormac King moves it inside. Paddy McMahon inside again to Ethan Travers now. Naas making yards up to the just outside the Tullow 22 centre of field. Tom Bahan now for Naas. Ethan Travers moving forward now. David Butler for Naas. Big carry 10 metres forward for Naas. Excellent by David Butler now. Cormac King moves the ball to the left side. Naas now, and unfortunately for Naas, knocking on there, but Naas winning a penalty at that breakdown. Tullow penalised. Looks to be offside. So Cormac King just taps and moves that ball to the left side. Naas now drive forward. Murish Cleary now carries forward, but he's penalised for crossing. And crossing against Naas there, and Tullow will look to clear this ball out wide to the left side. So just over 30 minutes of play gone here. Tullow with the penalty, and they drive that ball up the left side. Don't find touch, however. Jack Rogers for Naas gathers that ball and he carries forward in contact. Jack Rogers now been carrying forward for Naas, but he's held up in the tackle. Unfortunately held up there, Jack Rogers, and Tullow will win that scrum. A good effort there by Jack Rogers. He gathered that high ball, drove forward, but he unfortunately got isolated there, and the Tullow pack got in around him and got him isolated to win that scrum. So Naas, substitution for Naas, Killian Dempsey coming off the field there for Naas. And Jason Cutler replacing Killian Dempsey. Jason Cutler at number 18 for Naas. So Tullow with another penalty there, and they look to drive that ball up again up the left touch line, and just finding touch just about 5 metres into their territory there on their opposite side to clubhouse. Corey Hughes to feed that line out for Tullow. In it goes to the front, but it comes back on the Naas side. But Corey Hughes gathers that ball brilliantly for Tullow. Naas ripped that ball. Naas captain Derry Lenihan now. Referee blows up. Touch judge has raised his flag. Looks like Tullow stepped in to touch there. And that's going to be a line out for Naas, about 5 metres into their territory. And Tyke Dooley to feed the Naas line out. In it goes from Tyke Dooley to the front. Gathered by Paddy McMahon brilliantly. Naas now take it up. Murish clearly now over the gain line. Naas move it left side into the centre now. Tom Bahan now, Ethan Travers up, getting over the 10-metre line now. Naas at the ruck. Cormac King moves it to the left side, but that ball is knocked down by Naas. Referee blows it up, and that's going to be a scrum down to Tullow on the Naas 10-metre line, centre of field. Just about 34 minutes of play gone here in Oak Park. The score is level at 7-all. Tullow with the scrum now on the Naas 10-metre line. Cian Leonard to feed that, but Naas winning a penalty at that scrum. Another Naas scrum penalty. Ethan Travers looked to take full advantage now and drive this penalty kick deep into Tullow territory, and so he does. Drive it up the left touch line to find touch just about on the Tullow 10-metre line. That's a good 20-metre range kick from Ethan Travers there. Naas being hurried along by the referee to get back into this line out and get on with the play here. Tyke Dooley to feed for Naas. In it goes, but it comes out on the Tullow side. Tullow gather that line out against the head now. At the ruck, Tullow move it to the left side. Tullow drive over the gain line, take it to ground now. Again it comes to the left side. Still at the 10-metre line. Tullow still in possession on the 10-metre, but the referee blows it up and it looks like a knock-on, and that's going to be a scrum down to Naas on the Tullow 10-metre line, centre of field. So very difficult handling conditions here with the strong breeze. Naas pack it down now. Referee gets that scrum set. Cormac King feeds that. Owen Walsh picks and attacks forward off the back of the scrum now. Naas drive over the 10-metre line. Ethan Travers moves it to the... Peter Osborne attacks to the right side. Derry Lenihan for Naas now. Naas captain takes it into contact. That ball goes back. Ethan Travers now. Jack Rogers attacking. Into contact he goes. But Jack Rogers penalised for holding on at the breakdown again. Isolated on the deck there, Jack Rogers. A penalty against Naas. Peter Burgess will look to drive this ball up the left touch line, and he finds touch. The ball is blown back. He doesn't find touch. Ball is blown about 20 metres back to the Tullow 22 now, Tullow gather. Naas win a penalty. Tullow not releasing on the ground. Referee blows it for Naas. Naas penalty. Ethan Travers will look to take this penalty on the Tullow 22, and he drives it towards the Tullow try line. That'll be a line out for Naas, about 10 metres out from their try line. So a good attacking position for Naas here if they can secure their line out ball. Difficult under these conditions. Tyke Dooley for Naas now, shaping up to feed this line out. They takes it, Owen Walsh for Naas, takes it at the front of the line out. He drives forward at the breakdown. Naas secure, move it infield. Murish Cleary for Naas now on the deck. That ball is moved infield from Cormac King. Jason Cutler now for Naas on the deck. Cormac King again moves the ball infield. David Butler now for Naas. He's driven to ground. Owen Walsh now, Naas back row. He attacks up through the 22, does well, takes play into the 22 now. Still with Naas, they move it to Jack Rogers on the left flank. Jack Rogers making yards up the left side. Naas now still going forward, move it out to the left side. Out wide to the wing, but that ball, a loose pass thrown directly into touch by Naas. And that's going to be a line out for Tullow, about 20 metres out from their try line on the clubhouse side. Naas now with a man down injured at the moment, getting treatment. Murish Cleary on the deck. Murish is back on his feet there, I'm glad to see, and referee just checking to see how that Naas player Murish Cleary is, if he's all right. And it looks as if he's okay to play on. Line out is taken now. Referee blows it up. So that's going to be a scrum down just inside the 22. Naas are making a substitution now. Looks like Murish Cleary is coming off the field now. He's going to be replaced by Killian Dempsey. So this is going to be a scrum for Naas. Cormac King looks to feed this on the clubhouse side. Naas picked that scrum. Up it goes, up the centre now. Owen Walsh for Naas now, carries it further forward, centre of field. Cormac King moves it to the right side, but Naas knocking that ball on, and that's going to be a scrum down to Tullow. Another handling error there from Naas. In contact. Tullow forcing that knock on there to win that scrum. about 10 metres out from their try line. Injury time here in Oak Park now, the final stages of the first half. The score remains 7 points each. Referee blows it up at the scrum. And he looks just to reset that scrum. That'll be still with Tullow. Tullow scrum half, Cian Leonard sets up to feed that scrum. In it goes now, and he picks it from the back and moves it into the centre. Tullow now take it into contact, still in their 22. Move that ball to the right side and they carry forward into contact again. Tullow now just approaching their 22. Pick and drive on the 22 now at the ruck, Tullow. And they move it back and they look to kick it out. Referee looks at his watch and he blows that up for half time. That's half time here at Oak Park. The half time score, Naas 7, Tullow 7. And we'll just take a brief break now at the interval and we'll be back to you in a few minutes. Tullow out half. Peter Burgess just about to restart now on the halfway. And off we go here, and that ball is kicked out to the left side, the Naas left side, and into the Naas 22. Naas gather, that's Naas captain Derry Lenihan gathers and brings play forward just to the centre and just close to his 22. Naas now pick and drive out to the right side. Cormac King looks to move that ball back, and Tom Bahan clears out to the right touchline to find touch about 15 metres out from the Naas try line. So Owen Walsh of Naas just getting a bit of attention there, and it looks as if he may be coming off the field. Injury for Owen Walsh, the Naas number 8, and he's going to be replaced by Jack Rogers. And just prior to that, Jack Rogers had been replaced after half-time by Ryan Casey coming in on the flank for Naas. And now Jack Rogers back in at number 8 for Naas. So it's going to be a line for Naas. That's a Tullow line out, rather. Tullow feed that out the back of the line, out it goes. It's gathered by Ryan Casey of Naas now. He attacks up to the 22, takes it to ground. Naas look to recycle at the ruck, move it in field there. Comes to Jason Cutler now. Jason Cutler making 10 yards there for Naas and feeds it infield to Tom Bahan. Naas captain now, Derry Lenihan. He gathers and attacks up the left side for Naas. Naas now move it into the right side. That ball coming to Ryan Casey now. Ryan Casey on the 22 in the centre for Naas. That ball comes back to Jack Rogers now, takes it to ground. Cormac King moves it to Jason Cutler. Jason Cutler now carries through the 22 in the centre of field. Ball moved back now to Jack Rogers again. Jack Rogers with a strong carry by Jack, taken to ground. Cormac King to Killian Dempsey now for Naas. He carries forward over the gain line. Good possession here by Naas, and Cormac King kicks high into that strong wind. That gathered by the fullback Dara Cosgrove for Tullow. Ball now moved to the centre, out to the left side. Tullow now look to get it out wide to the left side, but a big tackle gone in there by Naas. And Naas winning a penalty there. Derry Lenihan takes a quick tap goal, and that ball moved into the centre, and David Butler now for Naas carries up to the Tullow 10-metre line. Tullow contesting at the breakdown, but still with Naas. Ryan Casey now carries into contact on the 10-metre line. Jason Cutler now. Jason Cutler attacking over the gain line for Naas. Cormac King moves it to Tom Bahan. Tom Bahan and David Butler now for Naas up to the 10-metre line. Still with Naas. Naas moving it out to the right side. Cormac King now switches the attack. Ryan Casey now to the 10-metre line. Tom Bahan now. Killian Dempsey for Naas. Into contact. Naas, Killian Dempsey goes forced to ground now in contact. Jack Rogers for Naas with the carry. He's forced to ground. Cormac King now. Paddy McMahon for Naas now, a strong carry. And Naas now through Tom Bahan and Ryan Casey now carrying up towards the 10-metre line. Naas now switch the attack out to the right flank. Up through the 10-metre line they go. Still with Naas out on the right flank. Naas look to recycle in towards the centre. Jason Cutler now takes it up for Naas. He's forced to ground. The scrum half for Naas driven back, and that looks like a penalty to Naas. Naas with another quick tap goal penalty. And Cormac King up to the 22 now. Play goes on. Naas now attacking through the 22 centre of field here. Jason Cutler takes it up. He strong carry and makes 5 yards forward. Jason Cutler for Naas. Tom Bahan now for Naas. Ball move to Peter Osborne, but Peter Osborne, unfortunately for Peter, in contact, forced to knock on that ball. That's good defence by Tullow, and Naas forced to concede the knock on there, and the scrum will go to Tullow on their 22. Unlucky for Naas there. And it looks like the Tullow number 5, Joe Waters, is being replaced. And he's definitely had a big influence on the game so far, Joe Waters, for Tullow. So Tullow now feed that scrum on their 22. Naas contest, but Tullow awarded a penalty. And Tullow will drive that ball up the right touch line towards the halfway line from their 22. And that's a good touch, exactly on the halfway line there for Tullow for a line out. And that's going to be Corey Hughes for Tullow to feed this line out. Naas now making another substitution. Paddy Brophy for Naas, the Naas prop coming off. But Tullow gather at their line out, and they move the ball to the right side and attack forward into contact at the breakdown. Naas now still with Tullow. Tullow over the gain line now. Ball moved to the left side now. Tullow, second row now, carries into contact. That's Martin Cole. Tullow now looks like a penalty for Tullow. Naas penalised at the breakdown for not releasing. And Tullow just looking to make a decision on this penalty. Will they go for posts or the touchline? Peter Burgess decides to go for posts, and that'll be a long range 46-metre kick at least, with a strong wind behind him. So Tullow having to hold the ball on the mark there. Corey Hughes. So Peter Burgess shapes up for this penalty kick from 47 metres. He strikes it high and long, but it drifts left of post, and the score stays at Naas 7, Tullow 7. Just about 9 minutes into the second period, 49 minutes of play. Naas now with the dropout. Tom Bahan for Naas. Tom Bahan strikes it high and to the right side. Tullow look to gather just inside Naas territory, about 5 metres. They gather and carry into contact up to the Naas 10-metre line. Tullow move it to the right side and carry over the gain line. A big carry by Tullow on driving forward, but they're taken to ground. Still with Tullow. Back it goes. And Tullow look to take it up the centre, but the ball goes loose on the ground, and that looks like another knock on, this time for Tullow, and that's going to be a scrum down for Naas, centre of field, just about 3 metres inside their 10-metre line, 13 metres inside the Naas territory. So Cormac King for Naas now looks to feed the scrum. In it goes, and he picks it. Brian Casey picks it from the back. He attacks to the right flank over the gain line. Moves it out to Derry Lenihan now. Derry Lenihan, he moves it out wide to the right side. Naas now making 25 metres up the field. Still with Naas now at the breakdown. They move it to the left side. Brian Casey again with a strong carry. Killian Dempsey now. Peter Osborne attacking, but that ball goes loose. And Naas, Tom Bahan gathers. He's tackled. Referee now marshalling the breakdown. Jason Cutler for Naas now. He carries up over the halfway line. Still with Naas. Cormac King moves it to the right side. Naas now. Cormac King. Naas win that penalty on halfway, offside against Tullow. Tom Bahan now will look to drive it up the left touch line. Tom Bahan finds a good touch, and that's just about 12 metres into Tullow territory for a Naas line out. Tyg Dooley for Naas to feed the line out. In it goes, but gathered by Tullow against the head now. Tullow take that line out, but Naas looking to wrestle it back. Jason Cutler now in the middle of that maul, and that's won by Jason Cutler for Naas. A brilliant turnover by Jason Cutler in that maul for Naas. So that's going to be Naas scrum now. Scrum is set. Scrum is engaged. Cormac King feeds that scrum. Naas drive forward. The referee blows it up. So a bit untidy there at the scrum. Referee is looking to reset it here. Cormac King now to feed for Naas. In it goes. And a penalty again at the scrum for Naas. Tom Bahan now with the Naas penalty, and he looked to drive this ball up the left touch line. But that ball goes dead, and that's not a good penalty for Naas. They missed their touch, and that's going to come back for a scrum down for Tullow. Naas will be disappointed now with that penalty. Careless, but difficult conditions now with the wind. Just going for a little bit too much range on that kick. Handing the advantage to Tullow now at the scrum. Cian Leonard now And now Tullow win that penalty. Scrum penalty for Tullow. And Tullow with this strong wind advantage will drive that ball up the left touch line. But they switch to the left side and they look to attack the left side. Caught Naas unawares there with that kick, I suspect. Looking to their winger on the left side there for Tullow attacking up Shane Duffy, but that ball beating him into touch, and that's going to be a line out for Tullow just about 10 metres out from the Naas try line, clubhouse side. Corey Hughes to feed. In it goes, gathered by Tullow. They look to set up that driving maul. Naas engage the maul and going back. Still going back, Naas, and looking. Tullow have momentum now, and Naas driving that maul infield towards the centre, but Tullow still making yards. Referee signals a penalty to Tullow. Advantage with Tullow here, still driving forward. The ball is moved to the left side now. Out wide to the left winger. Tullow now tackled on the left wing. Still with Tullow, still playing under advantage. Tullow now just meters out from the Naas line. Switch the ball infield. Naas under pressure now. Inside pass from Tullow, and that's a try for Tullow. The second try for Tullow. That switch pass inside, catching Naas out. And we're about 17 minutes into the second period here with the second try for Tullow. And that all coming off the back of that scrum penalty. Naas missing their touch, and Tullow finding their long-range touch with the wind advantage, and resulting from that attacking maul. Tullow an excellent try, and the conversion to come from Peter Burgess, and he slots over very routinely there for Peter Burgess to secure that conversion. And Naas now making some switches here. Looks like Tyg Dooley coming off for Naas, being replaced by Patrick Stapleton. Also Jack Rogers coming off for Naas. Restarted now, but Tullow knock on, and Naas Tom Bahan now. Naas now take it up. Tom Bahan moves it to the left side now. Naas at the ruck. Cormac King to Jason Cutler. Jason Cutler attacks over the gain line with a strong carry. Still with Naas now to the right side. Tom Bahan now. He moves it to Oisin Walsh. Naas now still out on the right flank. Still in possession. Ryan Casey with the strong carry now over the gain line, taken to ground. Still with Naas now. Tom Bahan now. He feeds it to the left side to Killian Dempsey. Killian Dempsey into contact. Cormac King now attacks forward. He's tackled on the 10-metre line. Peter Osborne goes in at scrum half. He moves it to Ryan Casey. Ryan Casey takes it over the 10-metre line. Peter Osborne again going in at scrum half. He combines with Killian Dempsey over the gain line. Naas in the centre now. Look to move it to the right side. Naas carry into contact. Naas now again over the gain line, but struggling to make territory. Tom Bahan, he moves it. Naas knocking on there. Owen Walsh knocking on. And the rush defence there from Tullow, putting Naas under pressure, forcing that knock on. And Tullow again will win that scrum on the 10-metre line. And I think Naas need to be careful here not to concede any more penalties at these scrums that are going to prove very costly with that wind advantage. So just a brief pause in play while one of the Tullow players getting some attention, and a water break as well. So just at the end of the third quarter now, and Tullow lead by 14 points to 7 now. The only try of the second period coming for Tullow. So at the scrum now, Tullow to feed on their 10-metre line. Scrum is engaged. Tullow feed their scrum. Naas look to drive Tullow back, but Tullow take it out and they strike that ball to the left side. Naas look to gather on their 22. Peter Osborne now under pressure on the right side. Naas now forced to ground. Naas looking to secure at the breakdown. Looking to get out of their 22 on the right side. Ryan Casey now carries over the 22. Naas move the ball into the centre now. Tom Bohan. Big carry from Fintan O'Malley there for Naas on the field. Naas now still on their, just outside their 22. Move the ball to Jason Cutler. Jason Cutler with a strong carry now. Tom Bohan. Tom Bohan combines. Naas now still strong carry in the centre of field now, over the gain line. Move the ball out to the right side. Naas now attack up the right wing. Naas get away up the right wing and take play close to the halfway line now on the clubhouse side. Recycle the ball infield. Killian Dempsey now carries it into contact. Cormac King moves it to Tom Bohan. Tom Bohan now moves it infield to the centre. Naas now tackled and Tullow looking to hold up, but that ball going loose on the ground and the referee blows it up. And he signals a knock on against Naas. Strong defensive effort there from Tullow to force that knock on. And Naas struggling to get out of their territory against that, with the wind conditions and with the good defensive effort from Tullow. Struggling to get territory now, Naas. So another scrum down now on the Naas 10-metre line, centre of field, and Tullow scrum half Cian Leonard will look to feed this scrum. In it goes and out the back. Cian Leonard gathers and he's driven to ground on the 10-metre line. Tullow now at the breakdown. Move the ball into the centre. They carry over the gain line. Recycle to the left side now. Tullow second row now carries into contact. He moves the ball at the ruck out into the centre of field on the left side. Now the ball is switched to the right side. Another carry up the centre for Tullow. A quick dart and drive to the right side of the ruck. Naas look to get in and jackal over that, but not successful. Tullow still in possession now. Pick and drive. Tullow now kick ahead and kick that ball, drive that ball into touch. And that's going to be a line out for Naas, but deep into their 22 here. Tullow using that wind advantage. Naas now to feed that line out. In it goes and gathered by Naas, well secured by Naas, but forced to ground. And that ball comes infield. Looks to be Ryan Casey now, driven to ground. Naas looking to recycle infield. Jason Cutler now with a strong carry again. Very influential today, Jason Cutler for Naas. Cormac King drives it back and Tom Bahan drives that ball into touch. An excellent clearance kick from Tom Bahan against a very strong wind. Tom Bahan with a good relieving kick there, halfway between the Naas 22 and 10 metre line. But Tullow now win that line out and look to set up that driving maul. And out it comes now to the right side. Into contact at the breakdown now. Tullow still securing. And the referee awards a penalty against Naas, slowing down the ball at the breakdown. Tullow now pile into that ruck. Still with Tullow now, take it up the centre. Tullow playing under penalty advantage here. Still with Tullow making strong yards. Up the centre they come. Naas need to be careful here. The ball comes to the right side now. Just in front of post, about 10 metres out. Tullow in control of this ruck. They move it to the right side again. Forced to ground. Big strong carry by the Tullow number 4, Martin Cole now. Ball moved to the left side. Still making small yards, Tullow. Now they switch the attack to the left side. Looking to move the attack further left. Tullow finds space now. Still going forward. Move it, switch out wide to the left side. Naas defence though covers that well and forced to ground there just inside the touchline. Still with Tullow, however. Tullow still making yards forward. Naas now having to work very hard in the defence. Tullow now still going forward. Driven back, but still in control of the ruck here. Tullow now moved the ball to the right side. A big hit in there. Still with Tullow. Naas struggling to get any possession here. Tullow still going forward, and this looks ominous now for Naas. Tullow now very patient, and they pick and drive, and they're over the Naas line, and the referee has a good look at that. A good look at that, and still with Tullow, just short. And another pick and drive, and that's a try. That's a try for Tullow, crashing over the Naas line. Just about 2 metres left of post. Another try for Tullow. And just about 15 minutes of play remaining. And the score now 19 to Tullow, 7 to Naas. With a conversion for Tullow to come from Peter Burgess. And this should be straightforward, straight in front of posts. Peter Burgess strikes that ball, and he finds an accurate kick there to make it 21-7. Tullow lead by 2 converted tries here. Naas will need to get back upfield here and get some points on the board soon. Tom Bahan looks to restart now, and he drives that ball, but the wind catches it, and it's scattered just short of the 10 metre. The referee says didn't go 10. No allowance for the wind there, and it comes back for a scrum down to Tullow on the halfway. And Paddy McMahon now substituted for Naas. A big game for Paddy. A big performance for Paddy McMahon. And He just comes off the field for Naas. So Tullow with the scrum on the halfway. Cian Leonard feeds. Tullow get a push on that scrum, but out it comes. It's moved to the left side. Kicked ahead by Burgess. He gathers. Naas gather. That ball goes loose, but in behind. And Naas attack up towards the 10-metre line. Ryan Casey now for Naas. Driven to ground. Still with Naas now. Out it comes to Jason Cutler from the Naas scrum half. Cormac King, and out to the left side now. Naas just still struggling to get territory. Jason Cutler driving over the gain line. Tullow very close to getting hands on that ball, but still with Naas. And Naas now getting over the gain line, centre of field. Cormac King moves the ball through Peter Osborne. Out the right side it goes for Naas. But Naas been forced back in the defence, big defensive effort from Tullow. Now with Naas still move it to the centre. Tom Bohan. Naas now take it up the centre, but good strong defence from Tullow. And it looks like Naas centre now. Naas still in possession now going forward. A strong carry from Naas now, but just still inside their 10-metre line. They look to break out here, but it's such a strong defence from Tullow. Naas now struggling to get any territory. Ryan Casey now hits the defensive line. Naas now look to recycle infield. It comes Tom Bohan. He moves it into the centre. That goes to Fintan O'Malley, but the ball goes loose and knocked on by Tullow, says the referee, and that's going to be a scrum down to Naas. Good work by Fintan O'Malley for Naas there, but Tullow getting their hands on ball and knocking it on. That's going to be a Naas scrum. Naas struggling in the second half to get any real foothold in Tullow territory, and they'll need to rectify that to close this 14-point gap. So we're just coming into the final 10 minutes of play here. Naas trailing by 14 points, 21-7 the score. Naas player Fintan O'Malley just getting some attention at the moment, but he's back on his feet now. And looks like a substitution been made here. Naas centre David Butler coming off, and also it looks like Patrick Stapleton coming off for Naas, and he's replaced by Paddy Brophy. So Cormac King now to feed the Naas scrum. In it goes. He takes it out the back and attacks forward. Ethan Travers now moves it to David O'Sullivan. David O'Sullivan strikes up the left side. He races forward. David O'Sullivan, he's going to go on his own infield. And Peter Osborne gathers. And that's a try for Naas. David O'Sullivan with a lightning break. Ethan Travers, David O'Sullivan, and then combining inside the 22 with Peter Osborne to touchdown. That's exactly what Naas needed. They have that second try with a conversion to come now. The score 21-12 for Naas. 21 Tullow, 12 for Naas with a conversion to come for Naas. And Peter Osborne to look to get this conversion from wide on the left side. And he strikes that ball. The wind carries it infield. And that's a conversion. That is an outstanding conversion from Peter Osborne to make the score 21-14. An absolutely outstanding conversion from Peter Osborne. Just one try separating the sides now. And about 5 minutes of normal play plus injury to come. Tullow launched the restart. Down to the Naas 22, gathered by Ryan Casey now. Casey attacks up the right side. He offloads to the right side. Looks like Derry Lenihan for Naas now. Takes it up the right wing. In it comes now. Infield. Still with Naas now, approaching the halfway. In it comes to Jason Cutler. Jason Cutler attacks over the gain line. Big carry. And he's still going forward to the halfway now. Still with Naas. Cormac King moves it infield. Tom Bahan now has it. He offloads. And Naas forced to ground. Referee blows a penalty for Naas. Cormac King looks to take this tap and moves that ball to Jason Cutler. He attacks into contact. In it comes to Ryan Casey. Then infield. Cormac King now moves it infield. Killian Dempsey now takes it into contact over the gain line. Cormac King again moves it to the left side. Tom Bahan moves that ball back, but the ball is knocked back by Ethan Travers. Still with Naas. Jason Cutler now with a strong carry again up to halfway. Jason Cutler very influential today. Out it goes to the right side. Naas now looking for space on the right side. Still going forward. Looks like David O'Sullivan into contact for Naas now. Cormac King moves it to the right side. Paddy Brophy now takes it up for Naas into contact. Out it goes to the right side. Naas switch it infield. Inside. Still there for Naas. Owen Walsh now into contact. Naas now still in possession. A good phase of play for Naas. Strong carries. Taking play. Ethan Travers. But he's unfortunately knocked on by Naas. Ryan Casey knocking that ball on, unfortunately for Naas, after a whole lengthy stage of play there. Some great handling by Naas, but unfortunately knocking on to concede a scrum there, just about 5 meters into Naas territory. Naas working hard to get a foothold in Tullow territory. So just about 2 or 3 minutes of normal play here, plus injury to go. Tullow scrum, centre of field, 5 meters into Naas territory. Cian Leonard to feed. Scrum is set. Not steady. Referee awards a free to Tullow. Tullow they're going to tap forward and carry into the Naas defensive line. Patrick Brophy in there, and again still with Tullow. Big strong carry by Tullow, and they find space up the centre. 10 metres forward they go. Naas now penalised in contact there. Tullow kick ahead, playing with advantage. Naas clear that ball to the touchline, but referee brings play back for the penalty, and Tullow, I expect, will have another shot at goal here most likely. And that's the decision. Peter Burgess to go for posts. He's about 30 metres out here, just about 10 metres right of goal. Score is 21-14. Peter Burgess sets up now for the penalty kick. Strikes it high and left it goes, and that looks good. That's a great kick from Peter Burgess. And that pushes Tullow to a 24-14 lead. That's a 10-point margin now for Tullow. So Naas will have to get back to 2 scores now to narrow that margin. That from the kickoff, that ball going into touch on the clubhouse side. Naas now take a quick line out and taken into but the referee blows it up. So that's looks like a scrum. Scrum to Naas. Just about 12 metres into Tullow territory on the clubhouse side, just 5 metres in from touch. Naas now will be looking to get some points off the back of this attacking scrum. So in it goes from Cormac King. He looks to move that ball infield. Paddy Brophy now. Tom Bohan rather. Derry Lenihan takes it up. But that ball knocked on the ground there by Cormac King. And that's just unlucky for Cormac. And that's going to be a Tullow scrum now, just inside their 10-metre line, centre of field. So just into injury time now. Tullow will look to feed the scrum. Drive that scrum forward, and referee blows it up and awards a penalty against Naas at the scrum. And Tullow are going to look to drive this ball down the left touchline, I expect. Actually, they're going to go for posts. Peter Burgess is going to go for a long range 60-metre kick here with that wind advantage. So he just shapes up for this long range kick, 61 metres, centre of field, strikes the ball long and hard, and he finds that. That is a remarkable kick. Remarkable kick from Peter Burgess to make the score 27-14. And that's it. Referee blows it up. That's the final play of the game. An outstanding kick there by Peter Burgess to give a final score of